In this lecture, we're going to explore one of the most useful and efficient ways to work with strings in Python: formatted string literals, also known as f-strings. F-strings make it easy to insert variables, perform operations, and format data directly inside string literals. Let's walk through the key features of f-strings step by step so you can use them confidently in your programs. I'll create a file called format.py for our practices. We start with the basics. F-strings allow you to embed variables and expressions inside a string using curly braces. For example, if you have variables like name and age, you can include them directly in a string. The curly braces act as placeholders where the values of the variables are inserted. This makes your code more readable and eliminates the need for cumbersome string concatenation. Let's run the code to see the output. And here we go. Hello, Alice. You are 30 years old. One of the powerful features of f-strings is that you can also perform calculations or include expressions directly inside the curly braces. For example, you can write, and if I run the script, you will see the result of the expression will be automatically evaluated and placed into the string. This is handy for quick calculations and logical operations, saving you from writing extra code. Moving on, f-strings are not just for embedding variables and expressions. They also allow you to format your numbers easily. For instance, if you want to round a floating point number to 2 decimal places, you can do it using a colon followed by 0.2f. Here, 0.2 specifies the number of decimal places, and the f stands for a floating point number. I'll execute it. And as you can see, the result is shown with 2 decimal precision. This ensures precision formatting, which is often needed when dealing with numerical data. Another neat feature is formatting large numbers with commas for readability. Simply use a colon followed by a comma to add thousand separators. If I execute the file, you'll see that the number 10 million is now much easier to read. So adding these 1,000 separators improves readability, which is especially helpful when working with large numbers. Sometimes you might want to align your text within a string. F-strings make this possible by allowing you to specify the alignment and padding of your text. Assume you have a text variable. You might want to right-align your text within a field of 10 characters. Use a colon followed by a greater than sign, and then 10 to indicate the total field width, where any remaining space will be padded with spaces. Similarly, you can left align using a greater than sign, or center align by using a caret symbol. Let's run the code and verify the behavior. This becomes especially useful when creating formatted outputs, such as tables or reports, where alignment matters. Note that if the text is longer than the specified field width, Python will not truncate the text. Instead, the text will simply overflow the field, and it will be printed in full without any padding or truncation. Because the field width sets a minimum space for the text, so if the text is longer than this specified width, the field will expand to accommodate the entire text without cutting it off. As we discussed, inside the curly brackets, you can use any expression. For example, you can access elements from a list or dictionary directly. If you have a list of numbers, you can reference an element inside the curly brackets just as you normally would. Similarly, you can do the same with a dictionary inside the curly brackets. This flexibility allows you to dynamically construct strings using data structures with ease. Now, here's something interesting. What if you want to include actual curly braces in your string, for example, when writing documentation or showing output examples? F-strings handle this easily. Just double the curly braces. For instance, here's how we print our text inside a pair of curly brackets. And I'll run to confirm the result. This way, your formatting logic remains intact, and Python won't confuse the literal curly braces with formatting placeholders. That's it for F-strings. They provide a powerful, flexible, and easy way to handle string formatting and embedding in Python. With F-strings, you can seamlessly integrate variables, perform operations, and format data all in one place, making your code cleaner and easier to read. To recap what we've learned in this lecture, we explored the power of F-strings, starting with basic variable embedding. We saw how any expression can be evaluated inside an F-string. We covered formatting float numbers for rounding to the desired number of decimal places, as well as adding thousands separators. We also learned how to control text alignment, whether it's right-aligned, left-aligned, or centered. Additionally, we discussed accessing elements from lists and dictionaries. Lastly, we showed how to escape curly braces by using double braces when you need them in your output.